Hey everybody, this is me, Roger Aladdin Daltrey, and I'm doing a video today about the band Rush because yesterday I found out that they had broken up because after not having any plans for a new record and having toured now in the past year or two, it they considered that they were going to be done. So I was thinking on doing a video on what are my thoughts on Rush's breakup. Now, Rush to me have always been one of my all-time favorite bands. However, I'm not complete though on my album collection of up there. I only have these studio albums. These are the 1997 remastered versions, I think. Yeah, I think these were from 1997. These remastered editions, and some were from '98, I think. And then some later ones were remastered in 2004. So some albums the albums that I have here include, of course, their self-titled debut, just titled Rush, 1974. And this is their only album to feature John Rutsey on drums, because Neil Peart hadn't joined the band yet. And Neil Peart is definitely one of my all-time favourite drummers. He's up there with Keith Moon, Phil Collins, and then the same with singing. Stuart Copeland from The Police, Charlie Watson, the Rolling Stones, Peter Criss and Eric Carr from Kiss, and possibly Eric Singer. Well, just in the early Eric Singer years from 1991 to 1996, because then when he became the Catman for Peter Criss, I kind of got sick and fed up of him as a musician. And I had the same for Tommy Thayer doing Ace Frehley, wearing his makeup. Anyway, so the songs I like on here include I like Finding My Way, Need Some Love is awesome, and I even like the hit single Working Man, and it's a similar title of the Bob Dylan track Working Man's Blues #2, which to me is one of the worst Bob Dylan songs I've ever heard in my life. And it's from the 2006 record Modern Times, which is a fine album to me. I wouldn't call it as one of my favourite Bob Dylan albums, but I do enjoy it at times, that one. And I like good track on here called Take a Friend, bit of a similar title of Take It Like a Friend by Creedence Clearwater Revival on the Mardi Gras record, sung by Stu Cook. And there's a good cover on here called, and there's a song on here called What You're Doing, which is also a Beatles song from Beatles for Sale, which was an album that I resisted on first listen, but now in retrospect I think it's one of their best albums. And this album here from Rush is a masterpiece. Geddy Lee's vocals on this are amazing, and his bass playing. And Alex Lifeson's guitar playing is so amazing as well. So yeah, that's that debut album for you. However, Neil Peart does join the band shortly after this record, so it does kind of feel that this album is a bit of a standalone thing. So then I got Fly By Night. I love the owl on the front. It looks very haunting. Leave your comment below if you think this is a very haunting owl album cover. There's the back cover. And the songs I like on here include I love Fly By Night, that's an excellent song. I like Anthem as well, and in fact it's also a Leonard Cohen song from the future, which The Edge from U2 quoted just as part of his inspiration, like Bono did Visions of Johanna by Bob Dylan, Adam Clayton did that Arctic Monkeys song, which I can't remember what it is, and Larry Mullen Jr. did Rockaway Beach by the Ramones from the Rocket to Russia album. I like The Best I Can, that's a really good tune. I love Beneath, Between and Behind. Basically all forms of alliteration, which was a term I really loved back when I studied English, when I was doing English back in my secondary school, which would start from the 9th grade onwards if it was the US. But unfortunately this is Ireland, so it's not the US. I like By Tor and the Snow Dog, that's an excellent tune. Making Memories is very cool, and in fact, my dad told me that was a bit of a rip-off to Bob Dylan's It's Alright Ma, I'm Only Bleeding with the same kind of riff. And It's Alright Ma, I'm Only Bleeding comes off Bring It All Back Home, which is, I think as of now, my favourite Bob Dylan album. And I like some other good songs on here. So yeah, that's that album. Then I got A Caress of Steel, also from 1975. There are only 5 songs in here, but I'll tell you the ones I like. I love Bastille Day, because I love the guitar riff by Alex Lifeson. I think I'm Going Bald is really good as well. And in fact, it's a bit of a similar line in the Kiss song Going Blind from 1974's Hard in Hell. The song is called Going Blind, and basically he and basically the basically somebody was doing a review of Harder Than Hell, and they said, "I think I'm going bald." And then, because some musicians went bald after a while, like for example, Mark Knopfler and Peter Gabriel went bald, and so did Pete Townsend, and I think Sting is kind of bald as well. I don't know, but he has changed a lot. And the last two tracks in here, The Necromancer and The Fountain of Lamneth, are the longest tracks in the album. The Fountain of Lamneth to me is a similar title of The Fountain of Salmacis by Genesis from Nursery Crime. Possibly my favourite track on the Nursery Crime album, because it's so amazing. As I said in my Yes video, my Yes discography review, I said they're one of my all-time favourite prog rock bands. This band here would probably be my third favourite progressive rock band. I just love them, they're great. I absolutely feel devastated that Rush had broken up. Even though they've been on the road for 50 years, and 50 years is kind of enough really, but it would have been nice to carry on, even though they hadn't been performing now for the past 2 or 3 years. And I think it's all because of Neil Peart not bothering to carry on, because of his hands getting tired. And also, Alex Lifeson and Geddy Lee were going to start a group called Lee Lifeson, but it never happened. Just like the Led Zeppelin reunion of 2017, which never happened at all, because I think what Robert Plant said was it wasn't going to happen at all. Then I got 2112, considered by many as the band's best studio album. I wouldn't say that. It is one of my favourites, though. There you go. And I like the 2112 overture. The overture is very good as well. And then there's a section in here called Discovery. It's also an Electric Light Orchestra album, which I was doing on the ELO video. And it's also the name of the Pink Floyd box set. And loads of other ones too. I like the riff to A Passage of the Bangkok. It's really good as well. I like the Twilight Zone. That's probably one of my favourite tracks on here. And Lessons is so amazing. And loads of other great ones. I really like this album. It's just a classic. Then I've got A Farewell to Kings, 1977. Oh, sorry. This one was 1976. And the songs I like on here, I like the title track of Farewell to Kings. That's really good. I absolutely love Xanadu. And Xanadu is actually a soundtrack that ELO did with Olivia Newton-John, who was known for being in the musical of Grease. I like the song here, Closer to the Heart, and some people think it's a bit of a overplayed song, but I don't mind it. It's a very good tune. And then there's Cinderella Man, which basically not like the cartoon character Cinderella, but just they call it Cinderella Man. And even Cinderella is also the name of a band as well, with songs that include Gypsy Road. And I do like a bit of madrigal, and for some reason that title is a bit of similar to another song title by a band or artist. Or maybe it's another title for that band or artist as well, but I can't remember which one it is. And then the Cygnus X1 is very good as well. So yeah, I absolutely love this album as well. That's the thing, I love the early Rush albums, but I like some of the 80s albums as well. Then I've got Hemispheres, 1978. However, I hate this cover because it sounds like somebody is standing on somebody's brain. That'd be like, bleh. Anyway, so there's on the open track is called Cygnus X1 Book 2, and the total is very long. That's why there's only 4 songs on this album. And to be honest with you, I think 4 is the second lowest number of songs I've ever seen on an album. 3 would be the lowest, which includes, of course, the 2 Yes albums, Close to the Edge and Relayer. Then I like... so yeah, it's a fine, good track. What I love most in this track is called The Trees, as it's one of my favourite songs on this album, and one of my favourite Rush songs of all time. I do like Circumstances, and La Villa Strangiato is a good song as well. So yeah, this one's really good as well. So then Rush really went 80. So I only have 3 albums left to show you because I am going to get more Rush albums soon, but it's just this is all I have so far. Anyway, so I've got what's it called again? Oh yeah, this is called Permanent Waves from 1980. This is absolutely one of my favorite Rush albums ever of all time. I love The Spirit of Radio. That's an excellent song. I love Free Will, absolutely one of my favorite songs of all time. And Jacob's Ladder is really cool. It's also a song title that Bruce Springsteen did for the Seeger sessions of We Shall Overcome, which is an album full of covers by Pete Seeger. And Jacob's Ladder is also a line mentioned in the Johnny Cash song In Your Mind, which is from the Dead Man Walking soundtrack. And I actually have that soundtrack, but it belongs to my dad. But I really love a lot of the songs. Bruce Springsteen appears on that. Tom Waits appears on it. Eddie Vedder of Pearl Jam appears on it. Loads of great people. Even Steve Earle appears on it too. And I like Enter Us. And I do like I like the opening to Different Strings. And then Natural Science is very good as well. So only 6 songs. There's always usually only 6 songs on a Rush album. I don't know why that is. But anyway, that's that album for you. Now for my personal favourite Rush album. Moving Pictures. As you can see, yeah, there's a little bit of a scratch there on it. Because what happened was, I took the sticker off from Tower when I went into town a few years ago. And basically, it was hard to get it off. I had the same thing with my copy of Creedence Clearwater Revival's Willie and the Poor Boys. But now it's permanently off. Anyway, so what do I have in here? I love Tom Sawyer. And I think I heard that the opening was a bit of a rip-off to the Queen song "We Will Rock You," which is the opening track from News of the World. I like Red Barchetta. That's an excellent tune. I absolutely love YYZ, and I love it live because Neil Peart does an amazing drum solo, and Geddy Lee's bass playing is so amazing, and the guitar playing is awesome as well. And this album has my favorite Rush song of all time, "Limelight," basically living in the limelight. And that is just a classic number. Heck, it's even on the YouTube playlist I created called The Early Roots of the Who cover versions 1968 to 1978, which actually had everything from my version of the Who career up to when Keith Moon passed away. And that was in the 1975 era when they did the Who by numbers. I like the Camera Eye, and the Camera Eye is a song title mentioned in that song. I like Vital Signs as well, and Witch Hunt is okay. So yeah, another awesome album. Absolutely my favourite Rush album. And then the last album I have now for the moment is Signals, 1982. And sorry, Moving Pictures from 1981. I love the dog in the front. It's a Dalmatian dog, just like the Disney movie 101 Dalmatians. One of my favourite Disney movies of all time, but not in the same league as Aladdin, because again, Aladdin is the man, and he's also the defender and guardian of the universe. So what songs do I like on here? I love Subdivisions, that's an excellent tune. Very 80s sounding. The Analog Kid is quite good as well. And Chemistry is a fun song as well. Digital Man is great. But what I love most on this is New World Man, with Geddy Lee's vocals singing on it. He's a rebel and a runner. He's a signal tuning greed. To be honest with you, it's one of the best songs that the band has ever done. And there's even Countdown on it as well. So yeah, excellent album this is. So that's all the Rush albums I have. Now I just want to say, I absolutely thought they were a great band, and I do wish they still kept touring. But I understand that the band members are getting quite old. Because I think Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson are now turning 65 this year. Like, it's really a sad shame to see this band not performing anymore. It really is. You just kind of look at the band and there's kind of a different feel to them now that the band has passed on, unfortunately. But I still will always consider them as one of my all-time favourite bands. So yeah, I can talk a lot and on, and I just wanted to quickly come on here just to say thank you, Rush, for all the great music you've done. And I'm gonna keep listening to your music for as much as I can until the day we die. Anyway, thank you, Rush. And thanks again for watching. I'll see you later, guys. Bye-bye.